Local file inclusion, also called as path traversal vulnerability. Local file inclusion is one of the file inclusion vulnerability. It let attacker access to the vulnerable files or sensitive info which is stored locally in the web server. That includes data, credentials, scripts, log files, history, and so on. Attacker tampers the URL parameter and send malicious data to the web server, and then exploit local file inclusion vulnerability and gain access to the sensitive data. Let's look at diagram here. Attacker modifies the file.txt in URL request, that is tampering URL parameters. Tampering, it means modify the value of the URL parameter and send it. So modifies from file.txt to /etc/password. So attacker is trying to fetch user's credential information by crafting with different file type /etc password and send it to the web server, and then exploit local file inclusion vulnerability and gain access to the etc password. So local file inclusion vulnerability occurs due to improper input validation and inadequate filters on the server side. This will be much more dangerous if the web server is misconfigured and running with high privileges. And also the attacker may gain access to sensitive information and perform lateral movement as well. Not only fetching the files from the local web server and try to access to the internal resources on the local network. That's what we call it, lateral movement. LFI suite, it's an open source local file inclusion scanner and exploiter that is written in Python. So the tool also can be explored and run against local file inclusion vulnerability, detect and identify them.